And now there's a bunch of forces that are pushing us towards increased issues. Next slide. This is again 2018. I've been talking about this. These two on the bottom I added, but these other ones are from a 2018 slide deck. So we are seeing increased dew points in most of the country. We're seeing increased heavy downpours, like 1 inch and up downpours are up significantly over the past 30 to 40 years. Engineered building materials have become common. I love Joe Stiebrick. I think it's OSB. He calls it was wood. Maybe that's a spam of wood, and I think MDF is was wood. So engineered building materials, all of the newer building materials basically have much more moisture sensitivity compared to the older ones. You talk about old school plaster and lath and old school old growth wood, you have to work really hard to get that stuff to mold up. This new stuff, if you look at it sideways, it will grow mold on it. Increased shading, that just happens naturally. Trees are growing larger. Stephen Reardon and I went to look at a house in North Carolina, and we were trying to figure out what was making this house go so sideways so quickly. And one of the factors, we looked at the photos of when the house was built, and the trees were way higher. So if you don't have solar load, you don't have the sun shining on the house, there's not as much drying potential. There's not enough heat drying that house out. So that was one of a number of factors that tipped that house to be really problematic. And then these other two things, sizing the heating for electrification, which again is about double what your cooling load is, and now horrible sensible heat ratios for some equipment, which we're going to touch on exactly what that means in just a minute here.